Okay, here's how to use integration to calculate the area under a curve. So we're gonna start off by finding the roots. We need this one, which we know is 0 from the diagram, but we need to figure out what this root here is. So knowing that it's 0, we can put it into brackets. Squared plus 9x. Then we're gonna factorize, which should bring us to this if you do it. I'm just gonna write it out to save time, which should give the roots 0 and 3. Then we're gonna need to write out our integration. So we're gonna integrate 0, 3, write out our equation here, the equation of the curve. There we go. And then we're gonna need to use definitive integration to integrate this. So we're gonna go squares, bracket, x to the power of 4. My dog just walked in, ignore him. And I should put 1 over 4 here. X raised the power, so minus 2, and then squared plus 9 over 2. So we're gonna put 0 and 3, because these are upper and lowers. So now we're gonna wanna substitute 3 and 0 into x and take away the upper from the lower. So you're gonna have to write it out to get the full marks. So we're gonna write it all out. So usually you'd write out the lower, but I just remembered it's 0, so you don't need to do anything, because if you substitute 0 into this equation, it should be nothing. So this is your answer for the area. So if we grab our calculator, now we can just write out the full integration here to get the final answer instead of having to mess around with all the powers and fractions and everything, because it's annoying. If we just write out the full working and then minus 0 is what you need to write as well. So if we also write minus 0 there, equals, and then we can literally just use the integrate function on our calculator to get the final answer. So if we go here, we just write out our equation. So if we just write upper of 3, lower of 0, and then x cubed minus 6x squared plus 9x, you should get your final answer of integration. And we should be right, equals 27 over 4. And that should get 4 marks, because there's no way of them knowing that you just type this out instead of having to mess around with all of this. And that's especially easier if your if your lower is not 0, because that way you don't need to write down this whole thing twice and subtract them and everything. So let's check the answer. And of course it's the right answer. So like, follow, subscribe, share everything for more. And as always, it's as easy as that.